I'm riding like a Batman. You asked me about water, where, what and how I drink. I drink everywhere. I'm talking to my camera right now and the girl over there in the kitchen looks at me with a smile while probably thinking, what a crazy tourist. He has been driving here with a cow for almost 5 hours. What kind of infection will catch me? The infection looks at me and thinks, no, I'd better pass by. It didn't work out now, so we'll try later. Last night I finally reached the city, ate 2 servings of a dinner and was so carried away by charging the drone and the batteries, all of which were totally discharged, that I had to leave the cafe and look for a crash pad in a total darkness. Here is the road and now, thanks to God, there are not as many cars as it can be. But they are still going. And right here, next to it, I placed my tent in a blink of an eye. So, definitely this is not my favorite place. It's quite suspicious, so I had to remove all my bags, fasten the bike, I fastened it to the tent, just like this. And put all my stuff, which I previously take off. Oh, it's still wet. I put it over here. Oh, it's nice to have such streams. Another reason to wash my bike. Great. Now I'll clean the bike and it will no more be a shame to visit the villages and have a dinner there. Maybe I will also take a shower. Oh, the bee. Get out of here. Dangerous. It can sting. Well, I hope it's enough place for cars to pass. No? Yes. They wanted to drive here, but they saw me. I really like it. Of course, I have a lot of different questions and complaints about how they drive. Sometimes they do it carelessly, come too close, or something else. But in case of traffic, if someone stops in the middle of the road, not me, but other cars. I've already seen it 1000 times. The others just drive around without any aggression. Let's look at this one. He also greets me and passes by. Well done, guys. You definitely get a big plus from me. Well, now we can go. It's clearer and a couple of pounds lighter, without all those mud. So I drove 14 kilometers to the village, with only 400 meters of elevation. It's clear how wet I am, and the back is the same. I'm looking for a place to lunch, and I also need to top up my phone balance. But it's closed here.
¿Esta agua bien para tomar? Sí. Oh.
You asked me about water, where, what and how I drink. I drink everywhere. I have a huge physical activity, have been eating only porridge for the last 3 days. So what kind of infection will catch me? The infection looks at me and thinks, no, I'd better pass by. So, if you have such water, I'll go and outpour my own bottle, which I filled on a gas station. Probably it's still the same water. Or maybe not. Oh, the internet. I'll take half an hour to send some files. Such an internet club and the shop at the same time. We'll quickly upload files in 30 minutes and we'll move on. That's not how it's gonna be. Look at that speed. The whole volume is 33.5 megabytes. I only uploaded 0.5 and it will take 2 more hours. Unbelievable. I can get stuck here forever. 30 cents wasted. I spent 20 minutes, although I paid for half an hour. 33 megabytes for all that time. Only one program. I'm leaving, it makes no sense. It didn't work out now, so we'll try later. Finally, I found a place to eat, had dinner. It cost me 5 sols. I remind you that 3 sols equals to $1. Well, it's 3.3 to be accurate. I gave her 50, that was the only bill remaining, but she had no change. So here I broke it, and only now I realized that I just left my bicycle on the roadway and simply went for a walk. How clever I am! I should probably think about some kind of alarm. Because of course there are a lot of steals here, but mainly in the cities and not so much in the villages. It's much calmer here. Really, I often notice that people leave something and no one takes it. This is where I'm going, and it's raining there. Do I need it? Such a crazy sidewalk here. As they say, without a right to make a mistake.
Buenas tardes.
Well, come on, little things. Well done.
Buenas.
Such a small nasty rain started right at the time when I went downhill at a high speed. It dropped so hard in the face, so I had to put on my glasses well and completely protect myself from the rain. So now I'm ready to fly downhill. It seems like it disappeared, but it's still cold at a speed with all those drops. I'm riding like a Batman. Beautiful valley. I'm riding from there, past all those villages. Yeah, you can't drive here without a horn. This is the way they hear each other. I simply hear them by engine because I'm going in silence, but they only hear horns. So today is my 4th day without rest, of pure pedaling. I wanna say that I feel more and more comfortable. Yes, I'm wet, but it's not a problem. And on the asphalt roads I even go uphill, so you need about 2 weeks for adaptation, no matter what the relief is. Well, I mean paved roads. I drove 51 kilometers for 3 hours, with an average speed of 16 kilometers per hour. Well, but this hill limited me to only 6 or maybe 8. But still, 16 is a normal number. And I had a flat section. Now the altitude is already 3,333 meters, and today I've already passed 50 kilometers and climbed for 700 meters of height. Today's maximum was 3.5 thousand. Then I went down and now up once again. My current aim is 3.6 thousand meters mark, and then again there will be a descent. I'm at an altitude of 3.6 thousand, it's 4 o'clock in the evening or even half past 4. The temperature is plus 13. I began to dry out a little, but the rice didn't tense, so I'm still wet. I'm not going to wash my shirt now, but I'll go and use some water to wash up. Why do I have a shirt and a hat? Here you can see that I usually wear gloves, and the sun caused the blisters on my arm. I burned really hard, and the same story is on my right arm. Even fingers are burned. And attention, the legs. I don't know, it's rainy season, mountains, but you're still burning in 1 second. So even the blisters occur. The nose burned out, everything burns out, so I'd better go to swim. Cold, but it's necessary. Well, it's way better now. I don't care, cause tomorrow or the day after tomorrow I will stay in a hotel, as soon as I will reach the city. This is a little hole and this is a scorch the sun gave me through it. Look at this. And the same one here, but a little bit less than on my left hand. Plus 13 degrees is too fresh, especially to go in a wet shirt without a sun in the evening. But it's so pleasant. So nice to drive clean. Beautiful evening. Beautiful. For the last 2 weeks it's probably the first night that I can mark as very cool. So that I'm not only satisfied with my own results, for now I've driven 67 kilometers. Oh, it's already 68 kilometers. And I'm still going. I'll try to finish a day with 80. Well, this is already a victory. With such an elevation, it's great. I'm really happy. Productive day, I'm getting close to my aiming point. Everything goes according to plan. Pure pleasure. I've already had a bus. And now it's time for a good view.
Buenas tardes. ¿Qué hay comida? No hay.
Hasta las 5 nomás hay comida. Ahí arriba el único puede ver.
¿Dónde?
It's too late to dine here, but I don't want to buy some cookies. I want a normal meal, like a rice. What do they have here? You enter and see. Merry Christmas. Too early, but it's already here.
Йогурт. ¿Cuánto cuesta yogurt?
6 soles.
$6. $2. That's nice.
Pan dulce. Esto no. No gusta. Так. Con marmelada. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
50 céntimos.
Esta. Yo tengo carpa.
¿Atiendo carpa?
Sí.
Ah, qué bueno. Porque así te queda nomás.
Sí.
Qué bueno.
Gracias. Chao.
Gracias, chao.
He asked, do we use coins in Europe? I said yes, and then he asked where I'm going. Well, I said that I'll drive a little bit further and then we'll put up a tent somewhere. I found such a gorgeous place for myself. Today I drove 73 kilometers. This is the biggest mileage in this new journey. I spent 5 hours and 20 minutes of pure pedaling. Of course, it took me a whole day. Those were just calculated numbers when I pedaled. The average speed was 13 kilometers per hour. Well, 13.78. Now I'm at an altitude of 3,782 meters above sea level, while starting a day on a point that was 1,314 meters lower. The legs are falling off. Totally falling off. And here I will place a tent. Hope it will be a good place. And for tomorrow I have less than 10 more kilometers of an uphill, and then a huge descent before my aim city. Literally more than 1 kilometer, 1.3 or 1.5 kilometer drop. It's total difference. And now I will show you my gorgeous place. Everyone sees me and I also see them. Now I've already bought myself a buns. I'll eat them with a tea. Finally, I'll make myself a tea. A hot one. Then we'll enjoy this view and after that we'll put up a tent. By the way, I always recommend from my own experience to make fire first, or in my case to use a burner, make a tea and only then to put up a tent, because it's a better time management. So if I put up a tent first and then try to cook some food, it will take, let's say, 20 minutes. But if I cook food for 10 minutes and put up a tent also for 10, then I can do it simultaneously and spend only 10 minutes instead of 20 for all that stuff. So that's my advice. So here's my tea. I've just finished placing a tent, and that's great. Now we'll spread out a couple of things, fasten the bike, have dinner, and we'll sleep. Well, a new day starts by opening a tent and watching outside. Well, the sun has already risen, it's great, it's already warm in a tent, so we can bravely go outside. Now it's 6:46 in the morning. I woke up half an hour ago, was waiting for the sun to rise, and what do we have here? And here is a pure beauty, look at that. Where am I? You can simply walk barefoot right through that grass, covered with an alpine dew. That's a great start of the morning. I met a guy from England. He flew to Lima 2 weeks ago. As I did before, he also traveled from England to Singapore.
After Singapore, have you been in Australia? Yes, New Zealand?
He went straight to New Zealand, then took a plane, flew to Lima, and for the last 2 weeks he has been going my way but backwards.
And what is your destination?
Back home. Went to New York and then back to the UK.
Ah, to New York. From here to New York.
He goes to New York, almost without extra weight. 2 bags and also bags here and here.
Where's your tent?
Here.
Here.
See? I'm gonna put it up because it's wet.
Where's your warm clothes?
In this side. And then like warm clothes, electronics, cooking stove, and then like sleeping bag. Yeah.
He says that today my bike will be exactly the same as his. He also goes without mudguards.
But you're clean, you know?
Yeah, I'm good.
Your bicycle not so clean.
Of course, I naturally invited him for breakfast, because I have a lot of oatmeal, and he agreed. He was passing by, saw a tent with a flag, and was really surprised. And now we are going to make a breakfast. So my tent is still wet from inside. We are having breakfast, and here's my mate.
What is your name? I forgot to ask it.
Pedro.
Pedro.
And Pedro is also drying his tent. We thank Tatiana and Leonid from New York for their oatmeal once again. The man travels to New York, and here you have a porridge from there, with such a beautiful view. That's it, we packed all the stuff and now we are going uphill together to say farewell to each other and then part our roads. So it's time to say goodbye to my man.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, amigo.
Hasta la vista. And welcome to Ukraine. In summertime, no problem.
Спасибо.
De nada. Por favor.
Adios.
Ciao, amigo. Good luck.
That's it, now we part it. That's nice, he was passing by, saw a tent, stopped, we had breakfast, chatted. I also gave him some porridge for the road. He was so happy, cause he couldn't find it here, and only now I remembered that the oatmeal is the most typical English breakfast. So he left very happy. I'm riding, watching that rock and thinking that it looks like a crown. And why wouldn't they name it that way? But here you are. The Inca's crown. The asphalt has ended and now it will be 50 kilometers without it. So I was asked to give the road to the big cars. Of course, what else can I do? Because in general now the car movement here is forbidden, but I asked to pass me. I've said that I'm small and that I will skip out of their way. The Englishman Pedro told me that he has been staying here yesterday waiting for 2 hours, because the road was blocked. Oh, I almost lost it. And today the road is also blocked. But I've said that I'm small and that I will sleep through. She let me pass, but asked to drive very, very carefully. Because here I'm going and there are a lot of dangerous turns here, where you can't see the flying truck. Anyway, the one who goes up has a priority, according to the traffic rules, because it's loaded. So, let's better the dirt. No, not so much.
Buenas.
The car passed by and poured the road. Now I understand where the Englishman got all those mud. That's first. And the second, it's hard to imagine that I would be allowed to pass through such a riparian road section in any other civilized country. They are destroying something here, because yesterday the Englishman waited for 2 hours, and now they also asked me to wait for about 30 minutes. I said that I will pass by carefully, and here I see such a logjam. Is it an everyday collapse or what? No, I will not pass there yet. So the mud guards are definitely a useful thing. You remember how clean was an Englishman Pedro, and here how I look now. Yes, I have some mud on my shoes, but... Here we go. Mud guards, wheels, yes, it's all dirty. Here I have a true mobile swamp, although the bike was washed only yesterday. There is a ball of mud here and everything is dirty too. The mud is all over the place. But I'm still clean, apart from the couple of dots on my legs. And also the shoes. But it's still better than it could be. Let's go, we'll break through.
Buenas.
Buenas.
Yo sé.
Bien,
Huánuco.
Huánuco.
Sí, de Ucrania.
Ucrania.
¿Qué tal?
Ucrania. Ucrania.
Ucrania. Sí.
Unión Soviética. ¿Y de dónde estás viniendo?
Oh, de Alaska.
De Alaska. ¿Así con esto?
Sí. 13 meses.
13 meses, bien. 13 meses.
Año y un mes.
¿Y de aquí?
¿Qué es esto?
Refresco, bebida.
¿Para mí?
Para ti.
Oh, muchas gracias. Вот просто, да.
Here they treated me.
¿Cómo se llama?
Bebida chicha morada de
Chicha
Perú. Maíz morado. Ajá.
¿Maíz?
Maíz morado. Maíz morado.
Me gusta.
Rico, delicioso, claro. Saludos de Perú, saludos de Perú.
They send you hello from Peru.
Ucrania.
Sí, muchas gracias, amigos.
Ajá, ya bien.
Chao.
Que le vaya bien, que le vaya bien. Chao.
Muchas gracias para bebida.
Allá,
Wow, even such things happen. It was really cool. Really, really cool. We are going further. And what's interesting, there were a couple of people who vow me that I shouldn't go there, but the others think, well, he already passed, so everything here is quite different, really different, I mean this. And I enjoy it. I am glad that despite of prohibition signs, you can ride through, and that if you meet a traffic controller saying that you can't go further, you can persuade him. And with power and responsibility, he'll say, okay, friend, you can go. I'm happy about it, but if you look globally and recall the US experience, you realize that only the existence of strict rules and their implementation can help you to achieve order and prosperity. Now I'm going over there. Do you agree with me, or do you support such an opinion? This zone is over. They said that I cannot pass, but I already drove through, and then I met this.
Buenas. Pero ¿cómo? Esto es imposible. La vaca muy grande. ¿Cómo?
Ahí se venía, ahí te lleva el Huánuco, pues.
¿A Ánuco?
Ajá,
¿Con la vaca?
ajá,
¿Esta?
con este, claro.
¿Y cuántos kilómetros? ¿30, 40? ¿Sí?
Más es.
¡Ojo!
Si viene ahorita 4 horas, 5 horas de viaje, tú vienes.
5 horas.
Ajá, desde el fondo tú vienes.
¿De aquí a Huanco 5 horas?
No, de allá.
Ah, toda tu
acá,
ruta.
no, hasta acá te viene 5 horas ya.
Ah, y más.
Va de acá otra vuelta más.
He has been driving here with the cow for almost 5 hours.
5 horas viajando. Ahí carga, ahí está. Ahí está.
Here is the cow.
Ajá, pero allá.
Ya, amiguito.
Hasta luego.
Oh, and they took off the seats. That can be seen only here. Moreover, they use a tuk-tuk for it. So they left La Union 5 hours ago, and I've been going for almost 6 hours, because I spent 5 hours yesterday and drove today for another one. I don't know how do they drive it so slowly. Maybe I'll catch them later. And after all, I caught up with them. This is my descent, it endlessly goes downhill. I'm happy that it goes down, so today I'm resting. But then the road will definitely go up. Today I managed to reach 4,000 and now I need to go down at 3. Although the map shows even less, but I hope that it will be only 3,000, cause after that I need to make another climb to 4. I caught up with them again. And here is the city of Huánuco. I found a hotel for 25 sols. It's about not 8, but nearly $8. So, a little room. There's no space here at all. Wow, there's even some kind of window. And I even have here how it opens. A toilet, a washstand, and a shower. What else do you need to be happy? Well, of course, and the Wi-Fi is here. That's it. I'm going to wash and bath, cause I deserved it. I'm so fortunate, cause the hotel owner allowed me to use his computer, and I don't even have to go and look for an internet club now. I will leave all the uploading stuff here. There is a lot of it. Just a crazy number. And we'll go to the city to have a dinner. Iron doors with a lock. I asked him whether it is a dangerous area. He said, no, tranquillo, it means generally calm, no problems. So I paid him for one night, but I will probably stay here for tomorrow. Now I'm going for a walk around the city, we'll eat something somewhere, and come back to hotel. I found a cafe here not far from the hotel, but here it's written all kinds of potatoes, ceviche, this is a delicious fish meal. Look at all those sorts, but it's not available now. I know usually ceviche is a morning meal, so I ordered something else. I'll tell you what in a few seconds. Where is it? That's it. Juana con... What letter is it? What a handwriting. I'd better show you another menu. Oh, tacacho. Juana con tacacho. I don't know what is it, but they say there's a rice and a chicken there, so it's already good. By the way, today the Englishman also complained that he's already tired, that everyone calls him a gringo. I'll show you what I wear. So that they know that I'm not a gringo. It really doesn't save here, but nevertheless, it's nice. Yet they still call me a gringo in person. I'm talking to my camera right now, and the girl over there in the kitchen looks at me with a smile, while probably thinking, what a crazy tourist. And they brought me such a meal. It's rice, like a pilaf, and the chicken pieces, or what? No, it's a vegetable. Of course, I'll ask her when she comes. Oh, here's the chicken. It's like tamales.
Esto como tamales, ¿sí? Esto como tamales, ¿o no? Diferente. Esto yuca? Plátano. Plátano frito. Gracias.
So, it's a fried banana, rice and a chicken. They cut such things from a coconut. Well, actually, there is a coconut itself, and this is a husk that grows around it on a tree. Usually it's green and fleecy, but later it changes the color while getting old. It's quite fleecy. And they cut such monkeys out of it. And that's how I walk here. Everything around me is strange. The traffic is a mess, people are small, the traffic lights glow as they want. And the sidewalks are way too narrow. And that is how a central square of Huánuco city looks like. The map for the tourists, use it if you want. You are here, quite respectfully, pure class. And what is remarkable, there are no trading shops, food stands, entertaining spots, playing zones, where you can knock down 20 balls and get a postcard. So the Peruvians really surprised me in both ways simultaneously. With their simplicity and some kind of slowness, I still didn't get used to it. And, on the other hand, they are so far ahead of us.